With Fury FC head coach Marc Santos, Marc, the inaugural season for Fury FC is in the books, but want you to take us back to the summer of 2013 when you were announced as the first head coach in club history. What was your initial approach to building your squad, and did it turn anything out? Did it turn out anything like you had planned?
Yeah, we had the idea of building the club through a model of play, and to keep a certain identity in the way we want to play, give the club a certain picture when it comes to how the Ottawa Fury has to behave on the field and what type of mentality we needed to have. And I think that when we look at our identity as a team, it was recognized in the league. Teams would play us, and teams would know that we're a team that wants the ball, a team that wants to keep possession, a team that is a possession-oriented team, and we tried to be that. And I think that a lot of times in the biggest moments of the season, we were that. We showed that, and that identity was there. But I also feel that throughout the building process of the team, we lacked in certain characteristics that we needed, and that's why we suffered in during the season in some periods. So we don't want to erase what we did in 2014. Absolutely not. We think that the core is excellent, and we think that what we build in the identity of the team, it was very good and is very good. But now we want to add some pieces that are going to better that.
You used two words there, characteristics and identity. What were some of the characteristics that you were looking for in players when you were starting this team to give the team the identity that you had envisioned?
Yes, I think technical ability of the player was very important. I think all our players are comfortable with the ball. All of our players are players that their quality of the first touch, quality of the pass is good. That was a characteristic that was very, very important. And afterwards, you see that, and that's important. But you also see after what you're lacking.
Was it hard to initially convince players to sign with an expansion club in a market that had yet to have pro soccer at this level?
Very hard. Very hard. The difference between this year and last year is that this year we have players from the league that want to play for the Ottawa Fury, and last year not many, because a lot of expansion teams, or some expansion teams, didn't have a lot of success in their first year and disappeared 2 or 3 years after. I remember the team in Cleveland, City Stars, Crystal Palace, Baltimore, back in second division of US, and some teams that were skeptical with that. Some players were skeptical. Oh, I'm gonna go to Ottawa. How is it gonna be? So there was a lot of doubts, and that was very difficult to get players. We had to be creative. We had to go after different type of market, different type of players, and it wasn't easy. But now everything changed. Some players played here. Some players met the club. Some players met with the staff, with some of our players, and saw the stadium, saw our facility. And now there's a lot of interest from players in the league.
Was that the biggest hurdle that you faced in assembling a squad for your first year, was just the fact that there were so many unknowns that both players and agents were questioning?
Yes, absolutely. And you have the fact that it's important to have players that know the league. It's important to have players that have been in the NASL, because it makes everything easier. The traveling, adapting to a field, adapting to playing on grass, turf, everything is important. And we didn't feel we had enough of NASL experience in our squad.
When you open training camp for the first time, you have the players that you've signed, you have some trialists in there, some academy players in there. Can you talk about how different a training camp is for a first-year team versus what most of the other NASL teams would have gone through in preseason?
Yeah, our training camp had a huge lack of experience. Too many players that didn't play at a pro level before. I remember about 7, 8 trialists that were with us in January and February, March, and it was new for them, the pro level, and afterwards slowly players getting visas, players coming in, and it was a broken preseason. It wasn't an ideal preseason, and I think it was a very tough one. All our training camp was very, very difficult. And I know that next year it's different because we already have guys coming back. We know already who we want to go after, and things look better, big time.
Thanks, Marc.
Thank you very much.